Hello everyone, and welcome back to SIREN, as we continue our march to the end. And we're almost there, as we only have one more mission to go before we get to the very end. And that mission tonight is Kei's final mission. As we saw before, he went to Gojaku Peak and blew a hole in the reservoir, in the dam, released a whole lot of water, a lot of red water, and found some mud people underneath the lake. We're going to continue on with his second objective, as there is something else that we need to do there. Here it is. Day 3, 16 o'clock. Makino becomes extremely apprehensive as the sun begins to set. He takes the Uryin out of his breast pocket and holds it tight. He seems to think that he has to do this before the sun goes down. I'm not sure why. I think Taman also mentioned something about running out of time, maybe something about the sun going down on day 3, but nothing's really been mentioned about it. Also, we can look at the description of what we saw before in that cutscene. Was at the bottom of the drain reservoir are writhing human figures, those who rejected becoming a Shibito and suffer on, still alive, in the depths of the water. Makino empathizes with their tragedy and suffering. So I just wanted to mention that because there's some questioning as to what these people are. And according to what Kei said in the cutscene, and from what it says here, it seems that these people were villagers from 1976 who somehow were able to reject becoming a Shibito altogether. As apparently, I guess you can just do that out of strength of will. But in doing so, they consign themselves to a life of pain, it seems, the opposite of the Shibito. And Kei vows to help them out, and that is what we're going to do, as now we enter Kei's final mission for his second objective, as he arrives at Gojaku Peak, to blow a hole in that dam. And I mentioned that we didn't see the whole level. There was something else that is here that we can do that I deliberately did not do because I wanted to, dodge the mine cart, which I thought was neat. Objective 1 was reach Road to Floodgates. Objective 2, what we're doing now, is defeat all Shibito and reach Road to Floodgates. It's kind of funny because that's exactly what Naoko had to do. When she was here, she had to beat them all. And the way she did that was she used a mine cart, but that's not what we're going to do now. We're going to be handling this in a different way, and I want to equip my hammer, and I also want to look at the archives, because we did pick one up last time, after Taman's final mission, when he reached his home, his childhood home. We got his childhood diary. Let's take a look. In August 25th, 1977, the weather was sunny. Taman could see Mommy and Daddy when he closed his eyes. He could hear them calling him. Grandpa and Grandma says it's only a dream, but it's not true. Taman wanted to go home. He wanted to see them. So this was written after the disaster, written after the earthquake. And Taman finally did accomplish his dream. He finally saw them again. All right. So we're going to handle the first part of this level the same way that we did last time. Which is that we have to take out these two guys and get into the custodian shack so we can get the key to the gate. I'm going to pick that up. Now, of course, the thing about defeating all the Shibito in a level, when it says that, when you have an objective like that, the trick is that you're going to have to figure out some way to take them all out at once, right? Because how could you go around just doing it manually? So we're going to have to find some way to knock out all Shibito all at once. What options do we have to make that happen, though? Oh, I probably, while we're doing this, since this is the second objective, I mean, we always have our hints that we could look at, right? These hints. The hint that we have for this level is 16 o'clock, day 3, the two-headed one cannot get up when you impale it. Not exactly clear what that might mean. But we do have this. This was a metal stake that was used to impale the mummy. We're carrying it around with us. So I didn't really explore most of this level when I was here last time. I could go further on to the Siren Shack over here. But it's locked. We can't get in. There's a wire coming out of the shack. What's that? What is that for? We don't know. There's also a ladder that goes up. And if we go up to the roof of the Siren Shack, we'll see something that wasn't there before. It's like an odd symbol here. There's a mark on the ground. What is this? Now, a while back I mentioned that I thought the hardest archive item to get in the game was the Tsuchinoko, which Tomoko found. This, however, is up there in terms of difficulty, because I'm going to have to, like, hit this mark with the hammer. There it is. And, okay, something just appeared there. It's an insect lying on the ground. It's actually the skyfish. We have added it to the archive. How are you supposed to know to do that? I have no idea. I don't know how you would actually know to do this. And this is why we need... like, the hammer is just a good weapon. It's better than the wrench. But I think that we actually need to have this in order to activate that. And now we have Archive Item 92, the Skyfish. In the land of Misumi, there stood a mountain called Gojaku. It's said that all who trod its paths emerged bearing mysterious scratch marks. One day, a man from Hanada village trapped one of the dragonflies that darted about the skies of Gojaku. Upon closer inspection, he discovered it was no dragonfly, but a strange stick-like creature covered with fish-like fins. The village elders proclaimed, "This must be what they call the Skyfish. This flying creature must surely be the cause of the hiker's mysterious wounds." All right, we found it. It's a skyfish. See? It's right there. It's dead. Must have fallen out of the sky. All right. Let's explore these tunnels. Let's see what we can find here. Or rather, who can we find? Because, hey, who is it? It's Risa. She's here. Oh, and she's stronger. She's not actually recoiling from being hit. We can, like, walk back to avoid getting hit by her. Huh? Her face is looking a little different than before. Things just went real bad for Risa. Well, both the Onda sisters in this game, really. The hint said that we could impale the two-headed one. I don't see a second head on Risa there, but that's what we do with that. By doing that, we're able to just impale Risa on the ground. And she's not getting up. She won't be able to move for some time. Oh dear, sorry about that, Risa. But we needed to do that because we're carrying a key. I need to pick up that key. It's the key to the Siren Shack. We can look around, but there's not really anything else down here, I think. So, we're just going to leave Risa writhing in pain. And we're going to go back to the Siren Shack. So it looks like Risa was able to find her way out of the hospital and make her way over to... I don't know why she would have come here. But she did. And I guess she just happened to pick up the key to the shack. Inside the shack, we find something that wasn't here before. It's a detonator. The lead wire runs out the window, as we saw. I guess we could still use the siren, but there's really no reason to use that. Naoko used it once, but we don't really need to. Sneaky crawler, getting me right when I go out the door. What we want to do right now, however, is we want to follow that wire, which is going out the window, and it's going along the ground. It's going down into this mine shaft. Oh, hey. Hi, Mina. Mina's here. And, you know, you don't really want to mess around with Mina. I'm just going to try to get around her, because she is tougher than Risa. And we're going to run down here, and let's see. We can find the end of the cable. There's dynamite here. Who put it here? Did Kay put it here? I don't know. But there's dynamite, but the lead wire has been severed. And I would want to fix that, except Mina is coming down here. And you know what? Mina, you know, she's kind of a problem. And maybe one way to solve this problem is perhaps to blow up this mine shaft while she's in it. You know? That could work. And she is a brain Shibito, remember? And what happens when we kill a brain Shibito is that everyone else in the level dies too. So if we have to disable all Shibito before we exit the level, hey, this seems like maybe that's how we're going to do it. Caught her from behind, which made my shots more powerful. Alright, she probably will get up pretty quickly, but not quickly enough to prevent us from doing this. From connecting this wire. And then heading back into the siren shack. And activating this detonator. Yep, and that took everyone out. And I don't think Mina is going to be able to work her way out of that. Alright, now that all of the Shibito have been taken out, we're going to go back to the entrance to this level, the original entrance that Akira came out of. We're going to go back up, and we don't have to worry about that minecart, because the Shibito that was going to push the minecart, well, I mean, it's unconscious too. They all are. So we are just going to run up here without a care in the world. And once we do, let's see what happens after Kay discovered the presence of the Mud People. Mission 2 accomplished.
Flames of eternity, in exchange for my life.
And that's it for, well, I was about to say Kay, but you might have noticed that that in the blue fire, the Onda sisters appeared and called out to him as Shiro, which you may have figured out by now that there was a definite change in Kay since that one last confrontation between the two twin brothers, that it was not actually Kay that we were controlling during this period of time, but Shiro, decided that he was going to, I guess, end his life as being Shiro Miyata, and just killed Kei. Just shot him in the head, I guess. Took his clothes and decided that he was going to be Kei Makino, which is why we continued playing under his name, since I guess Shiro wanted to see that he could be a better spiritual leader than Kei was. And in the end, I guess he was, because he did, well, like Kyoya called down the blue flames from the sky, Shiro summoned the blue flames from the ground and was able to save the people of Hanada, who had resisted becoming a Shibito, and I guess even people who did become Shibito, like the Onda sisters, they appeared in the fire, and they seem to be doing okay. They seem to be having a good time. And Shiro then himself walked into the pit of flame. I guess Mina's forgiven him for the whole murdering her thing. She seemed all right with it. But yeah, that's it for Kei/Shiro. For both the twin brothers. It's it for both of them. And that means that we really only have one level to go, and that level is Kyoya's. Of course, the last time we saw Kyoya, he was standing on the mirror pool, and Miyako on the other side of it put his hand on the pool, and he went down into it. What happened to him after that? And what is going to happen between then and the point where he brings down fire and kills all the Shibito? I guess we're going to find that out next time, because next time is the final part of Siren, as this LP comes to a close with the ending of the game. And, after that, we'll just talk about what happened and try to put together the whole timeline, as the game has been told out of order, as you know, so we'll just see if we can just put that back in order and just get a better idea of what happened in these adventures in the village of Hanada. So we'll be seeing that. But until then, this has been it for Kei/Shiro, and next time it'll be it for all of Siren, the whole game. I'll see you then.